The clock stopped ticking. A heart turned to stone. Miss Havisham, once a vibrant young woman, was left at the altar. Her heart shattered. Time stopped for her in that moment of betrayal. She retreated into Satis house, her wedding dress clinging to her frail frame, a constant reminder of her pain. The clocks were stopped, forever frozen at the moment her dreams turned to dust. Consumed by her heartbreak, Miss Havisham vowed revenge on all men. She would mould a young woman into the perfect weapon, someone capable of breaking hearts just as hers had been broken. This weapon, this instrument of vengeance, was Estella. Miss Havisham's world became a macabre spectacle of halted time. The wedding feast lay rotting on the table, a constant reminder of her loss. The garden withered, mirroring the decay that consumed her soul. She existed solely to enact her revenge, to inflict upon others the pain that gnawed at her own heart. A twisted education. Estella, the weapon of revenge. Estella, a beautiful girl with unknown origins, was brought to Satis house. She became Miss Havisham's protégée, her student in the art of cruelty. Miss Havisham instilled in her a deep-seated disdain for men, teaching her to view them as nothing more than playthings to be used and discarded. Estella learned her lessons well. She grew up cold and distant, her heart shielded by a wall of indifference. She effortlessly captivated men, only to break them with her calculated coldness. Pip, a young boy from humble beginnings, became the target of her affections, or rather, the subject of her training in the art of heartbreak. Miss Havisham watched their interactions with a mixture of satisfaction and a flicker of something akin to regret. Her plan was unfolding perfectly, yet there were moments when she seemed to glimpse the emptiness of her own creation, the void she had carved into Estella's heart. A flicker of humanity, Pip's guilt, and Miss Havisham's anguish. As Pip grew older, he became increasingly aware of the cruelty that fueled Miss Havisham and Estella. Their actions filled him with a profound sense of guilt and a desperate desire to save them from themselves. He clung to the belief that beneath Estella's icy exterior beat a heart capable of love. One fateful evening, Pip's worst fears were realized. He found Miss Havisham's dress engulfed in flames, the fire a physical manifestation of the inferno that raged within her. Without hesitation, Pip rushed to her aid, smothering the flames with his own body. The incident left Miss Havisham badly burned, both physically and emotionally. Pip's selfless act awakened a long-dormant flicker of humanity within her. She finally saw the error of her ways, the devastating consequences of her thirst for revenge. Section 4. Ghosts of the Past. Unveiling Provy's, Molly, and Estella's connection. The arrival of a mysterious benefactor in Pip's life, a rough-around-the-edges convict named Abel Magwitch, known as Provis, sent shockwaves through the story. Pip's world was turned upside down as he grappled with the true identity of his benefactor and the implications of their connection. Unbeknownst to Pip, Provis held a deep connection to Miss Havisham's past. He revealed a past love affair with a woman named Molly, a woman with a dark secret and a fierce beauty. This woman, he confessed, was Estella's mother. Miss Havisham, in a moment of vulnerability, confirmed Provis's story. She had taken in Estella, the abandoned daughter of her former maid, to exact her revenge, using the innocent child as a pawn in her twisted game. The weight of her actions, the realization of the lives she had destroyed, finally broke through her hardened exterior. Section 5. A desperate flight, escaping Compeyson's grip. The revelation of Provis's past and his connection to Estella set in motion a desperate race against time. Compeyson, a cunning and ruthless criminal, was hot on Provis's trail, determined to silence him permanently. Pip, bound by a sense of loyalty and compassion for the man who had shown him unexpected kindness, vowed to help Provis escape. The escape plan was fraught with danger. Every step was a gamble, every shadow a potential threat. They navigated the murky underworld of London, their nerves on edge, the constant fear of discovery hanging over them like a suffocating fog. Their efforts to spirit Provy out of England were relentless. They faced setbacks and close calls, their resolve tested at every turn. The stakes were incredibly high, with both their lives hanging precariously in the balance.